That was my favorite actor.
There were no metal fuselaged aircraft in World War I because the engines did not produce enough horsepower to get a metal fuselage craft off the ground. So that weird thing that they had him flying at the end with all these, and the other thing too is like they already did that with dirigibles in World War I. They already bombed London with those, and it was like, you're gonna take this metal fuselage aircraft that doesn't exist because the engines don't have enough horsepower in that era, and then you're gonna drop poison gas, which you'd stopped using 2 years ago on the troops.
That's what they want you to do. You're falling right into their hands, Dad.
Oh, it's just like, oh.
They have you right in the palm of their hands.
World War I ephemera is kind of like something that I geek out about, and so when I saw this kind of gross distortion and fabrication and getting all of the facts crisscrossed and manipulated, like I was really having a hard. I was like, okay, movie, I'm trying, but you're really just losing me in these pet peeves.
Okay. I thought it was from my understanding, it was completely historically accurate.
I want to say the one good historical accuracy that the movie had was that the politician was the evil god of war all along.
Well, yeah, I knew that. Oh, did you see that bird just poop?
Whoa, really?
Yeah, that one right there. That was pretty nice. But no, wait, with the general.
Wasn't that guy from the Harry Potter?
Yeah, it's Remus Lupin.
I didn't even notice that.
No, as soon as I saw Remus Lupin.
Seriously?
Jeez.
No, but like the thing is like that was beautiful. It's like everybody thinks it's like the
Oh, I knew it wasn't
sociopathic.
I knew it wasn't von Ludendorff because the real von
Ludendorff. Have a crush on Ludendorff.
Because von Ludendorff wasn't really like that at all.
Yeah,
so it's like, this can't be Ludendorff because he wasn't like he was.
Well, what was?
Yeah, because you have a crush on Ludendorff, but few people actually realize that the evil people behind this are just the politicians orchestrating it all.
But wait, what about von Ludendorff? I couldn't hear you in the mall. When you were walking out of the mall, I couldn't hear what you were saying about von Ludendorff.
Von Ludendorff, he was a by-the-book general. He was not this, like
most of them were, Dad.
Sociopathic kind of. He was a lot like Pershing. I mean, he was kind of cut from the same cloth as Pershing was. Now, Pershing was a rat bastard in the way he treated his troops. But they all were back then.
But wait, was Pershing the one with the girlfriend with the half a face who made gas bombs?
No, that was von Ludendorff.
And the other thing
but I mean, in reality, which
the other thing too is
which German World War I Nazi general had?
Steve Trevor said he was with the American Expeditionary Force, but then the photo that she looked at him with had him standing on the aircraft had the insignia of the 94th Aero Squadron on it, which was after the U.S. had already entered the war, and so it's like, well, are you either there before it or you know?
Yeah.
You like this stuff?
Yeah, but I wanted to know which Nazi general had the girlfriend that made the stuff.
There weren't any Nazis.
No, in the movie.
They were what?
What? You just said they were National Socialists.
They didn't say that.
I think.
Yeah, no, you were saying that well, then which war did have the Nazis?
Oh, World War IV, obviously.
Oh, and the other thing too is, okay, they had like they had a couple like the token check the diversity box characters, okay, like the Turk, and it's like the Turks were the enemies of the British and the Americans. What the heck you got a Turk here for? It's like they're the enemies.
How did you know he was a Turk? I think you're making a lot of racist.
Just because of the fez?
He's a Turk.
How?
The whole Ottoman Empire.
Well, yeah, that's why the Germans were working with.
So like even if he was from he might have been from British occupied Palestine, maybe, but it's unlikely. If his name was Samir and he's wearing a fez, it's unlikely. So anyway, so they lost me in that. But then the thing that they lost me on even more was having the The Indian guy there. The Indian? The American Indian?
Yeah.
Okay.
You mean the Native American?
No, the American Indian.
No, we call them Native Americans then.
Well, they call themselves Indians, so it's okay.
Okay,
Anyway, so the only reason for him historically to have been there was if he were Choctaw. Okay? Because the Choctaw
were the code talkers.
They were the World War I
version of Navajo.
Yes.
Yes.
But
so Choctaws are Navajo.
No. Choctaws are a totally different tribe. Choctaws are from
which one are the code talkers?
Choctaws are from the code talkers were the Navajo in World War II. The Choctaw were used for talking in the field on the wires, because all the wires were tapped, the wires that they ran from trench to trench, so they'd speak Choctaw. Okay, but the thing that lost me was they showed them doing smoke signals. The Choctaw didn't use smoke signals. The Choctaw were a upper Midwest tribe. The smoke signals were from the tribes in the West. So like,
but you said upper Midwest. That's still part of the West.
See, the problem is when you know things, you just get bothered. It's just so much easier to be ignorant.
You know what? I think you're overlooking a large fact here, Dad, and that, like, I think you're overlooking. You said that Hindenburg was a very by-the-book general.
No, Hindenburg.
Not Hindenburg. Ludendorff, Rudolph, whatever you want to call him.
Rudolph.
Ludendorff. Yeah.
Yeah, the one with the girlfriend who made the gas bombs.
Yeah, Marie Curie, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know why they had to have like the
let me finish.
Harlequin mask on her.
Because she's afraid of her appearance and she had a horrible accent. I don't know. The fact that you're overlooking is most of the generals in World War I were by the book, and that's why it took so freaking long, and that's why it was all, oh, well, we'll have lines of troops and we're going to station ourselves here in trenches and we're not going to move an inch for over a year and a half and stuff. And we're going to stay.
No, that is because every generals tend to fight the last war. So
yes, that's the thing. And
but
you can't make generalizations about just one general. That's why they're called generalizations.
But Ludendorff wasn't like that. He wasn't this thing. Anyway.
That's what I'm saying. They're all like that.
But did they have cheek prosthetics in World War I? Like she had, because that was a pretty sweet cheek prosthetic. Well, when was Phantom of the Opera? When did that come out? Because that was kind of like a Phantom of the Opera-ish.
Yeah, Phantom of the Opera. That came out in 1925.
Okay, so right during World War I.
So she was ahead of her time.
You're just tormenting me.
She was ahead of her time.
Yeah, she was. Well, maybe Phantom of the Opera thing was based off of Nazi World War I cheek things.
Nazi World War I.
Yeah, the World War I Nazi cheek prosthetics. Maybe that's where they got the idea from Phantom of the Opera.
Okay, here's what they could have done that would have made a fantastic idea, but nobody would have ever. If they would have made, instead of putting Imperial Germans from World War I, it's like, okay, if you're not going to go with World War II, which is when the Wonder Woman character was created, and, you know, it's like, they stuck Captain America and they started him in World War II.
Well, why didn't, if that's the case, then why didn't Wonder Woman and Captain America get together? Why does she even need Steve Trevor?
Because that's not the way the...
Steve Trevor equals Chris Pine.
That's because that's not the way the comic book was written.
Because I think Wonder Woman, Captain America, and why did she have to be French? She didn't. I really despise the fact that she ends up Diana Prince. They had her ending up working in the Louvre, and that's
what she was a curator.
Well, but if she's going to be French, then why didn't she have armpit hair? Because when she was fighting, she had no armpit hair.
That's an overgeneralization that should be spent on Ludendorff.
Yeah, the other thing too is that by 1918, Belgium there wasn't any really. Anyway.
What? What?
They had this, like, you know, the town of the poor schmucks that get gassed by gas that they'd stopped using against civilians, which they weren't doing.
Are we gonna get food?
Yeah, sure. What do you want?
I don't know. Are you hungry?
Not really right now.
Yeah, no, me neither.
What is that?
A house.
Ooh. Well, I was thinking like Moe's or pizza or
Mo.
Good.
How about Mo to go?
Mo to go.
I just can't believe you're actually playing into their hands about this, Dad. You're actually believing those dang Nazis.
Yeah.
You're actually believing them, and that they're gonna stop using those gases. You don't know.
Yeah. You
Yeah,
want
they
to believe that Nazis stopped using gases
they
by
stopped
1918, but
They stopped using the
Gosh.
sulfur-based
Oh
gas
my gosh.
gases by 1916 or whatever you want to call it.
It's like
Whatever
idiocracy.
year you want to call it.
Whatever year you want to call it.
I don't know.
Who
General
can say?
Ludendorff, if that's your real name. But little did you know.
well, maybe that was
they were
just
actually
yeah,
developing
maybe there were two
something.
General Ludendorffs, and that was just the
Is he
Yeah,
twin?
it's like
Yeah.
Mr. Noodle's brother, Mr. Noodle.
right. Yeah, Mr. Noodle's brother, Mr. Noodle, and Mr. Noodle was evil, but the other Mr. Noodle, his brother, Mr. Noodle, was good.
Yeah, that's
Which
the
one? The
Ludendorff
one
you're
that-
thinking of.
The
Mr.
one-
Noodle was good, but Mr. Noodle was evil.
The Mr. Noodle that died of AIDS?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that Mr.
Yeah.
Noodle, not the other Mr. Noodle.
So this Ludendorff obviously had AIDS because he was evil.
Wait, Mr.
Yes.
Noodle had AIDS?
Yes.
Who's Mr. Noodle?
Who's Mr. Noodle?
Yes.
Who is
You're
Mr. Noodle?
Okay.
But he's
This,
the one with
Mr.
AIDS.
Noodle was Elmo's friend. Well, the good Mr. Noodle was Elmo's friend. The bad Mr. Noodle was not Elmo's friend. No.
Yeah.
Bad Mr.
Huh.
Noodle was Elmo's sworn enemy.
Yeah.
He was an enemy of the state.
And I suspected him taking Elmo's blankie. But
yeah.
but the better question is, how about Wonder Woman saying, "Hello, my name is Inigo Montoya.
Yeah.
You killed my father. Prepare to
I think
die."
Robin Wright put her up to
Yeah.
that one.
I
Antiope
would almost bet
or
that
Calliope or whatever.
Calliope,
Her name.
Antigone,
No.
Antigone.
General Antigone. What was her name?
Antiope. It's like
Antiope.
Antigone had a baby with a Calliope.
Well, I'm glad you like the movie, Dan.
Yeah, how
They
about
just,
that plot?
Like, they just like. They
How about that
just-
male gaze? Huh?
They just needed to. They just need to.
Cross-reference her.
They had some enough. Here's the thing that would have made it great, because in Wonder Woman in the comic book, the Amazonian culture is this kind of weird hodgepodge of the Greco-Roman. You know, and they have the gods and goddesses kind of crisscross. So if they're committed, though, we have to have this in World War One. What would have been fantastic is to have them go up against the Ottoman Empire, the Turks, because
Well, maybe that's why they had Sammy
because the Turks and the Greeks were bitter enemies, and so it would have been great.
Wait, so. Wait,
Yeah, but that's the
what
whole thing is that Diana does not belong in this war. But she's like, all right, whatever. I'm here and I'm fighting for the greater good.
Oh, jeez,
Yeah.
not that.
Yeah,
Anything
okay,
but
Grindelwald.
that.
Grindelwald,
Well, maybe
she's
they-
fighting for the greater good, but like it's not actually her war. She has no bearing against the Greeks.
I am the greatest good you ever.
I am your wife.
Well, maybe
Thank you for
maybe that's why they
contributing.
had the guy with the fez in there. Was maybe they were gonna have it be Greeks versus Turks,
No,
and then they decided to
passed
change
up
it.
a great opportunity, because then they could have, if they, dealing with like the way women are treated, they would have had a field day with the Ottomans, because the Ottomans were, they were still,
So then why was that Marie Curie woman like prancing around willy-nilly without a hijab or whatever?
Yeah, how come she didn't have a job if she was Turkish?
who?
The
Marie
gas
Curie.
lady, the lady who had the gas through the whole movie.
Dr. Meru.
The Jews person.
Dr. Meru.
Yeah.
Her name was like Dr. Meru.
Yeah, and how
Dr.
come?
Bone
And
Marrow
how
or
come they were
something,
using the
whatever.
gas on soldiers and not on Jews?
Yeah. That's the
That's
real
my question.
inaccuracy.
Just stop tormenting me.
There's like a parking space.
Just,
What? Or did they
if
use
they
that
would've
gas?
Just, if they would've
Hey,
just
that could
let-
have been a Jewish child.
they
man.
just-
Hey!
Well, the irony is that the
Or a gypsy
actress
child.
is like really, really Semitic looking, And so, you know, maybe you had a point.
Yeah, maybe
So-
I did have a
She was
point.
more Indian looking than Semitic.
No, I think she's Israeli.
She's really Semitic looking. So
I think she's
I don't know,
Israeli.
she looks like a Kumon parent
She
to
looks
me. What
Italian.
about you? What do you think, Connor?